Funding is provided by New York State Senator Catherine M. Young, representing Western New York's 57th District. Funding is provided by Absolute Care of Westfield, committed to returning the favor to those who have spent a lifetime caring for others, located on 26 Cass Street in Westfield, New York. Dave Cass and Rick Newell provide funding on behalf of the Lakeview Hotel and Restaurant at the Docks, located on Water Street near the lake in Mayville. From the Chuck Kelsey Television Studio of Access Channel 5 in Mayville, it's Senior Report with Reed Powers. Join us live Saturday mornings between 9 and 10 a.m. in Fredonia, Mayville, and Silver Creek. Call in and share a thought or wish someone a happy birthday with Chautauqua County's only on-air senior program. Reed continues in 2010 with another year of interesting guests expressing their viewpoints and informing the community on a variety of subjects. And now, here's Reed Powers.
And good morning. What a beautiful day it is here in Chautauqua County. Sun is beaming down, where the gardens are growing, the flowers are up, the turkeys are cackling, and the fish are biting. Hey, hey, can you beat it? We have a great program coming on. We're going to be talking about some senior affairs. We're going to talk about plays. We're going to be talking about Lilydale a little bit, and we're going to be talking about taxes and non-taxes all over the county, the state, and the country. Taxes are going up sharply everywhere. We'll be talking about that. You see in the news, for instance, New York State has just announced that they are passing the budget probably, and it's going to have huge new taxes in it. They just raised the taxes 25%. I don't know who's going to stay in New York at this point. It's the most heavily taxed state and the heavily taxed Chautauqua County in the United States at this point, they tell us. And it's just getting worse. What the hell are they up to? They seem to think they can just tax you all they want and take all your money away. The Fed is going to tax us, especially seniors are going to pay extra. And they're not getting the COLA, of course, for the next 2 years. No inflation, Mr. Powers. I said, no inflation, my ass. Go down to the supermarket and see what the prices are down there. They're going up like there's no tomorrow. Taxes are rising sharply. Oil is gas. Everything's rising sharply. You know, in the Westfield, the launch rent went up 10%. Somebody just went from $4 to $5 here and there. Everything's going up like crazy. Not by 2% or 5% like they've been giving us for COLAs, which is why we're only making half the dollar we used to get 8 years ago. But now on top of that, they're just going to drive us out of the country, and we're going to go into a period of fierce deprivation, the seniors who depend on Social Security, with no COLAs. I think Congress should be excoriated. I'll tell you what that means later. All right, at this point, of course, Congress can't do anything about the oil spill. The oil spill is just getting worse. They keep telling us, oh, we got these plans, we're going to do this, we're going to do... Nothing's working, nothing will work. That's going to be the worst environmental disaster in the history of the world. And it's already rolling into the backwaters, the bays, the bays, the beaches. It's just all over the place. And there's a hurricane coming, or a storm, and that will sure do the job, believe me. Ain't going to be picking up much more oil because it'll all be on the shore. Excepting the new 50,000 gallons a day, or barrels a day that are gushing out of this hole, which they can't seem to fill, and I have very little hope for them ever filling it. At any rate, maybe they could drop a nuclear bomb down it and seal it up or something. Maybe blow up the whole county, who cares? At any rate, lots of things happening on the national front. I just can't get into them all. Obama, for instance, one of the little-known facts about the oil spill is the only hope they have is to dredge up as much as they can. They capture it with booms near the site, and they have these big ships that come along and they suck it up. they could have hundreds more ships, for one thing. You know, back in the old day, during the War of Independence, 1760s and 70s, just before the war, one of the reasons the colonists went to war is the British were passing really very self-serving protectionism against the colonies. And one of the things they did was they said, they passed a law, no commerce could go over to England or back to England. Of course, everything went by ship, back and forth, by ship, unless it was a British ship. Well, this cost, of course, they charged them an arm and a leg. This cost a fortune to the colonists, and they were absolutely furious about it. They could build their own ships. They had wonderful crews, but the British wouldn't let them use them. So that was one of the reasons they went to war. A good reason. Well, we're still doing it today in the United States. Yeah, there's such a law right now that nobody can work in the area where the oil spill is in the Caribbean unless they're American ships. Well, now there are hundreds or dozens of companies out of the country that have perfectly wonderful ships, crews that are experienced, have been pulling up oil from the water for years. They can't come here and help us in this emergency. No, the government is holding firm. Nobody can do it but an American ship. Okay. I guess we're not serious about cleaning up the oil, ladies and gentlemen. Enough said. I'm going to talk about something nice here. First of all, the Fireman's Ox Roast is coming to Westfield. Now, the Fireman's Ox Roast is the biggest party in the universe. Everybody from the county comes around, especially from nearby, and they enjoy these great, big, thick ox roast sandwiches. They take ox and they boil it and smoke it and cook it for hours, and when it's just perfectly delectable, they put it on these great big buns, and they give you sauerkraut, whatever you want, sauces and everything, and it's just delicious. And for instance, the whole a great big motorcycle club from Erie comes in, and groups come in, and they have music, they have bands, they have dancing, they have all kinds of games, and they have fooling around. How can you beat that? And for $5 you get a ticket. It gives you a free drawing, and everybody wins if you hang out long enough. You win something, $15, $20. Most people do. And also you get a big ox roast, and you get a side of beer or a hot dog or soda, whatever you want. Can you beat it in this day and age? Oh, ox roast. Here, I've got a picture of this. So there's Paul Bunyan. And Babe the Blue Ox. I don't think we're eating Babe. But this is going to be, get this, this is going to be Sunday, the 11th of July. Got that? Sunday, July 11th. And it goes all day long, 12 noon till 7 o'clock, and some people even hang out there until later. But the ox roasts are the prime ingredient, and the beer tent is second. You'll love it. Come on down here. I won't say any more. I go every year. I never miss. I do the hot dogs, as a matter of fact. Last year, and incidentally, I think I did probably not that many thousand, but 1,000 hot dogs. People love those hot dogs. Nice and crispy. I do them crispy for people, excepting children. They don't like any crisp at all. They want theirs just plain. And it's fortunate that the hot dogs are already cooked anyway, but I still heat them up to 165, which I'm supposed to do. All right, guys, enough said. So we've got a couple of notes here from the senior crowd. We have the greatest senior clubs, the ARP chapter 299. They meet at the Kosciuszko Club every month over at Dunkirk, and they have a wonderful, usually at noon, and they have a dinner, of course. And they, I don't know, it doesn't tell me here. The president is Martha Bielewski. That's funny, because I don't think she is president, but all right, whatever. They played games, and I want you to know that Jean Zott and Olivia Rush, they won prizes. And the Collins Center is taking a trip, like most trips, to the casinos. Don't gamble, but they give you free play. You'll get $20, plus you'll get $5 for your dinner. For your $25 you pay, or sometimes you only pay $20.